JAWA, they've got this in the bag.
I mean, we'll see if that is the case. 1NE, of course, coming in as the high seed. And the fact that these guys might have to verse Alki in the next round shows how important it is to play at your very best every single day. One game could have been the difference. TripleJawa already starting off strong.
And it's Raf Doang with the opener, 16 seconds needed. And he makes it 1-0 for TripleJawa. I would say the underdogs coming into this series. But can they get the upset on 1NE? They've been upset once in the tournament. Will it happen again? Of course, Chaotic, Puvi and Repupi, all excellent players in their own right. But can they do enough today? It is a hard ask. There's a lot of pressure on them. There's a lot of pressure on TripleJawa as well, though. And they might just make it 2-0. Oh, barely missing out.
That was very, very close. TripleJawa, I mean, having a sub isn't slowing them down whatsoever. These guys as well have a lot of history between each other too. We did see in IWO that Repupi and Poofy, oh no! So Repupi played with Physio, but Repupi is going to be the one that ends up scoring here as well.
You know, I respect Chaotic there. Look at him. Okay, I think, okay, never mind, I take it back. I thought he left the ball on purpose. I think he tried to steal it and missed. Either way though, the defense gets caught out and it's a free goal for 1NE. These simple mistakes are the ones that are the most punishing and the most damaging to confidence. TripleJawa should not have had their defense wide open like that. They should have had someone back. They should have had someone ready. Your third man being at the midway line, unless you've got full control of the ball, is never going to be safe. And they've learned a lesson of that just there at 1 apiece now as 1NE find one back.
And Chaotic, the one on the ball here, is our French player that we've been speaking about, and also a major part of the APAC region, not just being a player, but also organising tournaments, part of Overlap as well, that have kept APAC alive and that have made it possible for RLCS to come join this region. So for a player like him, this has even more meaning, or as much meaning as all of these top players. It's exciting for him to be at this point, and hopefully he's able to perform.
Yeah, I can only imagine how much it means to him, as well as the other players. There's Puffy almost just slotting that one through a pure brute force, but 1NE, they have had the overall control in recent time, but as I said, I think this means a lot to these players, especially on 1NE, some absolute legacy players in the region. Same for Facial as well, who I didn't mention in that, but all four of these guys there, legacy players, they've been around for, since I can remember Asia being around, you know, and it's so good to see them here, and they are proving their place on the main stage right now. Here's Chaotic to get himself a bit further into that main stage, send themselves to the semi-finals game 1, and we are deadlocked.
I think that's why as well we saw a rough performance from 1NE in that first day. They've been around for a long time. This means so much to them. They're going to be more nervous than any other team, and these more fresh players who have had some success in IWO and APL Nationals, but haven't yet, you know, invested as much time in it. So maybe a small disadvantage, but yet 1NE still coming in as the number 2 seed, coming second in the most recent Overlap Cup as well, only being beaten by Alki. These high expectations won't matter unless they can deliver on them.
I'm going to touch on that ball. It'll be falling out to Chaotic once more. TripleJawa have been struggling to get a substantial clear away. That'll be good by Facial, but can the pressure be persisted? And I must say, Raf's car is looking particularly, I wouldn't say stylish, maybe a bit inventive.
Hassif as well is our sub, and he's rocking the NRG decal. He's stylish in his own right. The new decals as well coming out from Silence is a major part of the RLCS 21-22 season. TripleJawa though, still having are in a tied spot, a difficult position for them as well, as 1NE are starting to mount some good attacks here, hitting the backboard, a potential chance, but nicely saved out by TripleJawa.
Well, Facial will put this ball high and trying to find that opening once more. TripleJawa staying on the back foot, but to give them the credit, the defense, okay, I almost was caught too soon. The defense has been standing strong. They've been in a really good job making the saves and making the clears, and maybe they're just looking for the counter-attacking opportunity. It's a very fair strategy to have. Just look for the one mess up from 1NE and pounce on it. get the goal that way because they're not putting the pressure on. I would say here's a chance right now, and they might have found that opening that they're looking for. Hase to slot it under the crossbar, and that is exactly what TripleJawa wanted to find.
It took all three members and one mistake coming out from 1NE, but TripleJawa backing each other up beautifully, and given the situation, game one, the first ever quarterfinals, they were willing to really push forward on that one, which was the most surprising factor.
Certainly so, and they found their opening, they pounced upon it. Now they just need to play defense like they've had done for the rest of the game, and if they can do that, they'll be taking game one against 1NE, a huge boost of confidence, a huge release of the nerves that they can take game one in the series. And if Raf getting that ball out to the corner, he's going to stall for time. Puppy will beat him to the boost, and there's the opening right here with Puppy. Shot on, Facial has to be careful of the crossbar, it bounces, and I want to say, I assume that TripleJawa have learned about their defensive mistakes from earlier. You know, they had the big push up, the big wide open net. And after 1NE got their goal, since then they have been very tight on the rotation, making sure someone's always back and prepared to make the save. And it's worked out wonders for them as the ball touches the ground. They will take the first game.
Oh, TripleJawa continuing on their tirade after yesterday. Their only loss yesterday up against Aoki. Maybe they are the second best or the third best team in the region right now. More time for them to be able to prove themselves. And in this game, they just felt more confident than 1NE.
They just looked like a comfortable squad with a game plan. As I keep mentioning, they were sitting back, playing their game in defense, and then counter-attacking when they were ready. And having any game plan is so important, and having one that works and is understood by all members of the team works so well, as opposed to a team who maybe a bit more unsure of what they're doing, and that's what it felt like watching 1NE.
It's very difficult to watch 1NE too. That second goal really came off a big mistake, a miss, and Chaotic wasn't able to make up for it by going up into the corner for a really difficult save as well. However, that's also good signs for 1NE. If you're making a couple of early mistakes while you're not warmed up, you know as a player that you're able to bring so much more as the series goes on.
Yeah, I think I would say as individual players, 1NE are probably more confident in their own ability. I think they are individually just greater than TripleJawa as individuals, but as a team unit, it seems that TripleJawa just have the upper hand at the moment.
I like their positioning, and you saw it in this play right there that got them the win. You had them all backing each other up. Hassim was sitting right in the middle there, trusting his two teammates. That was a difficult position, given the one goal that they had against them was a counter-attack, an overcommit that very quickly went down to the other end, but they never doubted themselves for a second.
Yeah, I think mentioned in that game one is only going to build their confidence up, so I wish good luck to 1NE as a rejuvenated squad. It's just a bit of lag, and instead Puppy might go the other way instead. We've been lied to by the game, but it doesn't work out for 1NE. Instead, though, TripleJawa might find one. This is an insane opening. Both teams have incredible chances.
It's almost like a ones freestyle match, each of them having a turn at the other end, and it's almost disaster too, as there's a team dunk. It won't go in, both posts.
What is going on?
1NE were robbed.
What is going on? I don't have any idea, but either way, somehow still 0-0. It probably could be about 3-0 by now with all the shots been taken, but either way, an opening for TripleJawa, which they'll probably want to forget, and 1NE getting ever so close to making it 1-0.
This is a good time for 1NE too, because TripleJawa still hasn't settled in since that crazy opener. They haven't been able to get back into a mindset where they're safe. They're going to constantly be rushing through the defense, hoping to just get it out, and they managed to have done that. Fisio as well, with that 50, has won so much room for TripleJawa, and now they can start to settle into this game.
The shot on net. I'm not finding the opener just yet. The fall from Chaotic going to be saved in the line. A 3-man on the line defense is going to be hard to break through, and TripleJawa playing that excellently.
I love that they didn't give them any room. Oh, Chaotic! He's gone flying past. He obviously pre-jumped for the earlier touch and still almost got it. Oh no, 1NE eSports have had such good attack, have been so threatening, and yet still haven't been able to get their lucky break.
I joked about 1NE throwing, but some of these shot misses are absolutely they're like scripted misses. It seems like they're too good to be true in terms of This is how convenient they are. How is somebody's not going in? Either way, 2 minutes off the clock, somehow still 0-0. Somehow TripleJawa are still alive in this game, and they might just find a counter-attacking opportunity and put themselves in the lead.
TripleJawa, if they take this game, they're going to be pretty happy. They've pretty much spent the entire time on the defense just holding on by their fingertips, and at some moments not even holding on and just hoping that 1NE eSports would miss. But you just know at some point they're going to find their composure, connect once again, get it to the other end. But 1NE eSports has done so well at the moment of holding that ball in a threatening area. They'll even have a chance here. That should have been a pass every day of the week. Chaotic would have gone right to Poofy before, but the missed touch went straight forward to the TripleJawa defense.
That's the difference I think I'm seeing in these teams. That should have been a pass. I think TripleJawa passed that. There's 1NE. I think it's maybe a 50-50, and if it's a pass or not, centre, not going to be worked out just yet. They need to work more as a team, make the passes. You are teammates for a reason. You have worked together for so long. Show that is the case. TripleJawa keeping this game even by the skin of their teeth and just looking for that breakthrough moment. We remain at 0-0 with about 90 seconds, just approaching 100 on the clock. As Hasty to back to his own corner. Also, TripleJawa have been very light on the attacking front. Very few shots coming out. Only one from Facial alone, and I can imagine it'll be very, very similar for his teammates.
Oh, that was a huge touch by Chaotic too. Fisio was lurking like a shark around the net. It may still be a goal anyway, but Raftwang doesn't quite beat the defender. TripleJawa starting to find a few threats. 1NE eSports haven't really been tested so far in this game. Oh, that almost a second. Are you kidding me? Chaotic will finally get it, but it was almost a posted out again.
Finally they get a goal. They deserve it at this stage with the amount of posting outs and weird saves and everything in between that's been found. But with 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock, the deadlock has been broken and 1NE have a lead. But will they hold on to the lead? TripleJawa coming up the kickoff might try and take it back straight away.
Well-deserved lead for 1NE eSports as well. They've worked hard for it, harder than really they should have had to in this game. And yet there's still that 54 seconds and the clutch factor, or the anti-clutch factor as you might call it for 1NE eSports, that needs to be held on to. I don't want to see them get too defensive. They've been so good at holding that midfield line. And for now, they're able to do so. 1NE, though, have to take off this last attack, and Chaotic gets it out from the corner.
Good touch pass one off the back wall, obviously by Hasty. Chaotic off the ceiling. Very good pass into Poofy to secure the game if this goes in. Off the back wall and a huge clear away. A potential chance of development for TripleJawa. They push the ball upfield. They have found an opening area. But can they pummel it through the back of the net? With a clear from Chaotic, it seems their chances become nil. But a last-ditch effort from Facial. The pass to Raph will not be good enough. And that should be the game for 1NE.
That was so clutch as well. Fisio in the middle of the pitch. Two very good challenges to make it. So TripleJawa, one last attempt, but 1NE eSports, they're the ones who are going to hold out. They made the opportunities. They take the win. And they equalize the series.
They make it even. Not by the art of trying by TripleJawa and 1NE. Not by the art of trying of losing either. They didn't want they wanted to lose that game more than they wanted to win it with some of the unfortunate misses that the game granted them. Either way though, they do survive. They do find the win, and a serious tide is where we lie.
I mean, you didn't need to even look at the scoreboard to know the number of shots would be this way. 18 shots to 2. 1NE eSports had every attack, and TripleJawa had a couple of little opportunities here or there.
I would say TripleJawa absolutely farming stats on not taking all those saves, though. They'll be loving life if they look over there. Like 6 saves, 5 saves, and 3 saves. No shots taken, though, but who cares? They're just getting all the saves in the world. TripleJawa could not stop saving, but eventually they had to. And 1NE able to find that goal. They'll be feeling great going into game 3.
Yeah, that's right. Bring back savior of the season, I say.
Yeah.
Give it already to TripleJawa. That one game they farmed more than anyone else possibly could.
The whole team doing absolute incredible work in the back line. But is it going to be enough to win the series? That is the question that needs answered. Heading into game number 3, can they do it? Can they start finding the goals? They were playing for counter-attacks. They couldn't find them in game 2, so they're going to have to try and change something up as we head to game 3.
Yeah, listen, if they play the same way, and if 1NE get as many shots and opportunities, it's not going to be whether TripleJawa are able to get that next game. It'll be how much 1NE win by. So there has to be a change up. TripleJawa need to settle in on that defense as well and look for more passing lanes, get it across the net like this, but have somebody over there in the corner for Physio to pass it to so you can get the clear past that 1NE midline.
I think it's actually a huge test for TripleJawa as a team. Can they adapt in the middle of a series? Adaptability is such an important thing in Wildcard. You never know. Well, you know who you're going to face, but you never know how they're going to play. You never know what their ideas and strategies are. You have to be able to adapt to the snap of a finger. A game or 2 is fine to kind of get in the flow of things, but by game 3, you need to be prepared to play to how your opponents will lose to. You can't be playing to how they're prepared for you to play.
Especially if, as Gex is saying, teams are going to be inconsistent. So when you have that one day where, say, Chaotic isn't stepping up to the mark that we know he is able to, it changes the playstyle of the entire team. So TripleJawa need to be able to match that, figure out how to beat that, and this will be the real test here in Game 3. Are they an adaptable team? Oh my goodness.
Oh, Chaotic, it might off the crossbar. Oh, a great save by Hassie. And the one thing TripleJawa are absolutely incredible at is it's finding one insanely close save to put us on the edge of our seat, and just incredible saves in general. That one will not be saved though, as it slips under the crossbar. A difficult touch to find, and 1NE have a lead.
That is a great goal to Chaotic. Finally finding the angle that's just far enough away from that post that it's not going to bounce out. And 1NE, they've got the 2 goals in a row, and listen, TripleJawa really haven't any opportunities, not just in the last game, but in this one too.
There's Facial on the side. The corner can't make a touch, Hassie, Raph, no one can get it. Poopy will find another, and 1NE maybe start to make their breakaway.
I'm starting to get scared for TripleJawa. This is looking a little bit more rough as 1NE eSports converting their opportunities, finding that ball over the top of those last defenders, getting it into awkward spots just to open it up.
Maybe the nerves getting to them now, of course, after that game lost. Their win means absolutely nothing. It's just a best of 5 series pretty much now. And TripleJawa, work to be done, work to be had, an attack to be found, but right now in the back line, it is not where they want to be on the pitch. 3 minutes on the clock, and they've got to start advancing upfield. They've got to start pummeling shot after shot to net. But if Repupi and Poofy and Chaotic all keep up with how they are in the midfield presence, they're going to get very few of those opportunities.
Oh, almost a chance there. Repupi will keep it out. We're looking for this opportunity for TripleJawa, but they look hesitant. Before in that first game they won, they were all pushing up. Finally, it's just one player, Raptorwang by himself, will be the one to get the goal.
And finally, the chance found. TripleJawa diving past and slip that one by, and the game becomes from 2 comes into 1. Half of the game left to go, and TripleJawa only barely behind. A comeback certainly possible, but will 1NE allow it to happen? They've been so dominant on attack, and it's pretty much played as their defense instead. You know, good offense and a good defense, and they have proved that to an absolute T.
And a chance again for TripleJawa to get the goal, but looking for the passes and no one really central. This is what we're finding right now, that TripleJawa are playing very deep in the defense, maybe focusing on holding that line to stop 1NE from getting constant opportunities on their own goal, but it cannot cost them those chances for their own. A lot of room here for 1NE eSports to get the clear, and Poofy does more than just that. He squishes it against the wall to get it all the way down.
Chaotic can't find that touch. Facial out to his own corner. This is dangerous here. Chaotic will take full control of that ball. Poofy just sends it straight back in. Poofy cannot make it in time, but the demo is going to be all he needs to get the pass. Oh, that might be in. It will. The defenders can't make it. The post is nice enough this time to let one of these shots slip by, and they extend their lead to 2 once again.
And that first flick out from Poofy as well, just off the mark, beats the first player, makes it difficult for the second defender. That's what enables the 1NE attack. And again, starting to get away from TripleJawa, who've only really had that one an opportunity so far.
Oh, and that could have been a good opportunity there, but the touch not being found is possibly going to throw away that bit of pressure that was developed from the kickoff. The ball drops down, Hazzy has to back off here, no boost in the tank. Official. Do anything to get his Poopy on the ball, the pass over, chaotic to Rapupi, it's a good chance, but it goes wide. TripleJawa, a sigh of relief for them. They still have work to do, they're still trailing by 2, and a minute on the clock is feeling unlikely that they can make the comeback.
Important clear here for TripleJawa as their last real chance to be in a solid position. 50 seconds is not a lot of time to get these 2 goals, but it is enough. However, for most of this, 1NE have kept them in the defense, and they're continuing on. They've made it 3. Rapupi, he wants to go through to the semi-finals.
And they're on the right track to do so. 4-1 in game 3, a dominating game. Now we're putting them 2-1 in the series when the clock hits 0. One step closer to making their way to the semi-finals. Unless TripleJawa can make a comeback of the ages, I don't think this game will be going their way.
It's got to feel good for 1NE eSports, who didn't take the wins yesterday, but have been absolutely on fire now and may be able to complete that redemption arc.
That's not fair, Chaotic. Oh, they were so close to getting the touch. He slips it under the crossbar. It goes in. The sniper goal is pushing for a good reason. Pinpoint accuracy. 5-1 for 1NE in this game number 3, and they have turned this series on its head.
Heads up if you've had that one game, you're missing every single shot. It's off the post every single time. The next game, you're hitting doubles, you're hitting kickoffs. There's no chance that you can miss. What a crazy turnaround.
Well, you know, I'm going to have a hot take here. I feel like 1NE have won this game. You know, something tells me that. I don't know what it is, but I feel like a 5-goal lead to 26 seconds is enough.
It was literally 30 seconds ago that I said 1NE have won it. It's very hard with the 50 seconds left for TripleJawa to get 2 goals. There were 3 goals in those 30 seconds.
So, what you're saying is TripleJawa could have done it. Oh, it's 7 Brazil! I think that's our first Brazil on stream of APAC South, if I recall correctly.
Not exactly a highlight moment for the region, of course.
Maybe a low light, yeah. But either way.
A highlight for 1NE, nonetheless, after last game, that they could prove that they are able to sink all these goals.
If this game dies down, if you're TripleJawa, you've been looking for game number 4 for a long time now. You've been ready, just thinking, right, what are we doing differently? We need to prepare. We need to get ready for game 4. As obviously, game 3 did not work.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem. They were like, okay, guys, we're 3 goals down with 48 seconds left.
Yeah.
Let's just look at the next one. Okay, guys, we're just 4 goals down now with 45 seconds left. Let's look at the next one. Okay, guys, we're 6 goals down with 20 seconds left, and it just kept going and going and going.
Well, we're going to have to see if that preparation, which we are theorizing about, will pay off as we head into game number 4 to win the series for 1NE eSports. For game number 4, can TripleJawa bounce back and tie things up? It's a tough ask coming off of a 7-1 loss. So keep your expectations low for them because, oh, this is going to be tough.
Another game, another 2 shots from TripleJawa, Raftoang managing to beat both of them. And it is not looking good in terms of what we said about adaptation. However, maybe after the last game, TripleJawa didn't feel so bad because they only lost by that 1 goal. Maybe they felt like they were in control, even though it was 18 shots to 2, and that they could keep going. Now that they've lost 7-1, there's just no chance they don't go, okay, guys, we have to figure out something new. Let's go for these bumps. Let's go for outright aggression and see if we can put 1NE off their game.
I think the most insane part is that, you know, that was an incredible amount of goals for 1NE, 7. So last game was 18 shots to 2. This game was only 12 shots to 2. So somehow 1NE got less shots off but scored like almost infinitely more goals. It was so TripleJawa done something better, but it wasn't much. It was definitely not the defense.
I mean, yeah, the defense looked rough. There's so many goals that were like that last one, where TripleJawa were in the net, but they just didn't feel like they were cohesive. They were panicky. They're hitting the ball out to 1NE members. The second person's just flying forwards, hoping that they'd be on attack and not worrying about the defense. More open nets too. So for TripleJawa, I actually would like them as a newer team. It is difficult to be good on the defense. It's always panicky. When your nerves are high, it is hard to stay controlled. If I was them, I'd be literally focusing on how can we be in the attack, aggressive the entire time, and just play as fast as possible to achieve that.
Yeah, I think TripleJawa have got to speed things up. They're playing slow, and it worked in game one. It worked wonders in game one, in fact. Literally went exactly to plan for them. But now, game 2 and 3, it started to fall away. In game 4, they've got to speed things up. They've got to turn things around. Defense is, I would say, the hardest position on the field to play. So many things can go wrong, and one simple error will cause defeat. So they've got to try and break out, get onto attack, and start making those errors be forced onto 1NE.
That's potentially happening here, but Poofy's already cleared it down to the other end. JAWA definitely on the defense again, and Rapoopy, he's received the infield pass, and it does not get better looking than this.
1NE starting off in the right foot if they want a 4-1 victory. Just launching that into the back of the net. A great start. 25 seconds gone by. 1NE already with their lead. TripleJawa, this is not the start they were wanting.
I mean, hey, but if you're looking towards the end of last game, technically an improvement, and even more so, yeah, Fissio out of nowhere.
They've done it. They've scored a goal when earlier in like 2 minutes time. A bit of hope for TripleJawa. They put a bit more pressure on, off the post and in, insanely close to missing, but it does get in pixel perfect almost, and TripleJawa tie things up with a snap of a finger.
I love the disrespect as well. Legitimately from Fissio, you can't play too highly to your opponents. You've got to trust that they'll be making mistakes like we saw that you'll be able to get that dunk. If you're playing too defensively, if you're playing too far back, you won't be able to take advantage of those opportunities.
Yeah, every player in like every region expects their opponents to be just as good as them or to not make any mistakes. It would just be shooting a ball on target, saving it, shooting a ball on target, saving it. There'd be no like kind of challenges anywhere. There'd be people just straight waiting for the ball, and Rapoopy rising high. Well, maybe he is a little bit better than TripleJawa were expecting.
1NE are just outpacing them at the moment. It's just being such a problem for TripleJawa. That's why they're so often in these defensive scenarios, because you saw it. Not only was it a win in the midfield, but it wasn't even a 50 high. They didn't have to go away from the net. It ended up being a pass out at the same time as a speedy play.
I was scared that one was slipped by right there. Luckily off the post and out. But let's just not have another 7-1 game is all I'm asking for now. 90 seconds gone by, 2-1 to 1NE. TripleJawa very much still in this game. Just got to try and find this goal back. A hard ask, but they've done it once. They can do it again. But will 1NE's pressure allow them the opportunities? The ball rises high, and an attempt there from Raf is not going to work out in his favour. The pressure continued by TripleJawa, but 1NE doing such a good job at cleaning up the mess being made.
TripleJawa pushing hard into the corner as well, but very quickly turn around, and this could be a double again. Clutch out there from the defense. Fissio taking it down to the other end, but no follow-up here for TripleJawa. So 1NE eSports starting to clamp down in the 2-minute 50 mark. It's going to be TripleJawa again. Can't get it out as it's right in front of the net. The miss on the pass as Poofy was coming in. Rapoopy will give it his own chance. A flip reset off the roof. Doesn't get the touch, but there is still the follow-up. A shot off the post, and it doesn't go in. TripleJawa breathe a sigh of relief.
And that ticket of game 2, shooting right there from 1NE, everything getting saved or hit off the post somehow. TripleJawa stay in this game, 1 goal in it. They're making the passes centre, but they are not connecting. I will give them the credit of they are pushing up more, they're being more aggressive, but it has not been enough yet. But there's an opening, there's a goal. 1NE a bit too confident on their attack, and they paid the price for it.
Yes, the speed from Hassan. He turned before the touch, read the intercept, and absolutely outpaced. That's getting TripleJawa a second goal, the first time they've had those 2 goals in this series.
2 apiece. 2 minutes on the clock. Raf sends this ball high. Rapupi. No take the follow-up touches yet. Fischer struggling to get this ball past, and Raf finds the opportunity for a pass. It could be another goal. Chaotic's there. But it's the start of something great potentially for TripleJawa. They can take this game. We'll have a tied-up series of 1NE take it though. They'll be heading to match point. 1 win away from heading to the semi-finals.
Yeah, it's equalised still, and maybe we will see an overtime. Maybe TripleJawa has turned this around, but there's 3 members right now of 1NE breathing down the necks of the defense for TripleJawa. Another touch by Rapupi as he's got Poofy in support. Hits the crossbar. Chaotic's not going to have a lick at that one though. Doesn't want to take the risk, and rightfully so in a 2-2 situation.
An all-even game, mistakes are even more punishable. And that's a mistake right there. Chaotic showing that he is still faster than the TripleJawa roster. They may have upped the speed, but he's faster, he's there, and he'll find the goal.
And there's a mistake. One rough touch from Hassim. He wanted the clear. Sorry, he wanted the dribble. It got a little too far away from him, and the fact that 1NE set up a pass play that quickly made it impossible for TripleJawa to react. They may have even had another one. An air dribble from Poofy. Now Chaotic looking for a shot on. 1NE have played very defensively here. They want to hold on to this lead as both Poofy and Rapupi ran back to their own defense.
Poofy with the flip set on the ball. Will be saved by Raf, sent high over to Poofy. Going to bring it through, not going to be enough just yet. Hasse to bring the team back into it. They need to get a goal in the next 40 seconds. Time is running dry for TripleJawa. A big launch upfield by 1NE. It's going to dampen their chances.
That's it, 1NE. A second goal here, and not only that, it feels like they're playing this lead exactly how they want to. It was just Chaotic getting a big clear so they weren't in defense, but he still followed it up and played for that mistake. Disrespected the opponents a little bit, and without committing Poofy or Rapupi to the ball, manages to really secure the game.
Poofy tries to make it 5, that's insult to injury, but it will not be enough. The clock ticks down. TripleJawa, their backs are now against the wall. Either they can make an incredible 10-second 2-goal comeback, which will not happen, or they have to win from game 5 onwards if they want to move on to the semi-finals. And both of those tasks are incredibly difficult.
Attempted free flip just to finish it off there for Poofy, but as he said, way too difficult for TripleJawa here. They're in a situation where they need to get 3 games in a row. And 1NE, they look like the 1NE we expected. They're playing confidently, and this is going to be a tough team for anyone to beat.
It's going to be such a tough team. 1NE, they're playing so much better than yesterday. You know, I made a prediction earlier that their throw, a bit of a joke, but it was also going off the performance yesterday. Falling to Azura, not being the best quality that I expected from them. But today, they have came all guns blazing. They are playing incredibly. And if they make it to tomorrow, whoever it is they have to face, either Alka or Asia Manji, they're going to have a tough run either way.
I mean, sure, it's very likely going to be Alki in that semi-final, and for any team, well, that's almost an impossible task. Alki aren't just thinking about how do we win this tournament, they're thinking how do we win it without dropping a single game. At this point, gives you a level of their confidence, and our confidence maybe in them that that's actually possible. However, 1NE eSports, if they don't have these rough starts, like we saw even in this series, and if they're able to score these goals, then there's a distinct possibility that they'll be able to take down that team.
Yeah, they're a very debilitating team, 1NE. They'll get a lead and they'll hold you to their life is over to stop you from getting a goal. They will hold you in your own half for as long as humanly possible. They'll make the saves necessary. They're so good at just disallowing any extra chances when they want to stop the chances from happening.
There's some positive signs here for TripleJawa too. They did up the pace in the midfield. You saw it from that goal there too. However, you can't just often increase your pace without breaking your rotations, leaving open nets, over-aggressing as we saw, or even sometimes just not being able to mechanically play up to that speed. and it's going to be difficult. I don't know where TripleJawa go for here. I want them to just try their best, throw a few options down to see whether they'll be successful. Otherwise, 1NE eSports, they're on match point and looking to take it to the semis.
TripleJawa, their backs against the wall. One more loss and they will be eliminated in the top 8. 1NE going to make their way to the semi-finals redemption after yesterday, the battle of 4th versus 5th coming out of the Swiss. Currently 1NE looking to be just that little bit better. They are playing an excellent series, but can TripleJawa turn things around? They're making some breakthroughs early on in this game, but will it continue? The pass is coming in centre. Will it be enough for a shot? No, no one is there.
Rafto maybe attempting something around the corner here as TripleJawa setting up attack. They're quite spread out, and that's working well for the pass, but they hit the crossbar. The 1NE curse now hitting TripleJawa, it seems. And oh my goodness, that was such a good passing play. It's a shame it didn't pan out.
Pummel in the bottom of the crossbar. That one might just fall into net right there. It rises high. That's a miss from Haz in centre. Clear away. This is dangerous now. Poopy, inches away from a touch, and that could have very likely resulted in a goal if he found it. Here's your Poopy. He knows Poopy's in the midfield. He can't make the pass over. A good channel by the TripleJawa defence, but that a pinch attempt is lucky to get called an attempt. It goes absolutely nowhere except into the 1NE possession, and throwing that away is a dangerous game now. TripleJawa need to make sure every touch has a purpose and that it goes exactly where they want it to.
They're playing the defense a bit better though. They're more spread out across the field and not getting in each other's way, and I think that's reducing the panic alongside the fact they're now in a desperate position. It's hard to be nervous when you've kind of thrown yourself out of the series in the first place. So maybe this is the chance for TripleJawa. They are in a rough spot now with 0 boost, but they managed to hold on for now as Chaotic is the last one lurking here for 1NE eSports and will have to go the entire way himself, but blocked out by TripleJawa.
Here's Puffin now trying to fight through off at the corner. The ball rises high. Big clear upfield. Off to the back where it will go. And Raph off the corner, it's a chance to try and make it one over TripleJawa. Oh, Haas cannot find it. And I was going to say a lot of pressure on Haas as a player. We've not talked about it too much, but of course coming in as the sub, all eyes are on him right now because it could become the case that people just blame him for the loss. Maybe people will say, oh, if they had gone, they would have won. And it's an unknown factor because they don't have gone, so who cares? They have Haas right now. You've got to give him the respect he deserves. He is playing an excellent game, and they are just struggling against an excellent team in 1NE.
Yeah, it's certainly a kind of split personality type thing. Some people will come in as a sub and play completely carefree and play the best performances of their life, while others really feel the pressure of having to pick it up for a team and make sure they're not letting them down. But honestly, Hassam has been performing well. He's been really involved. He hasn't looked scared. He's had a couple of goals too. So I don't think there is any shame, and he shouldn't hopefully feel this pressure.
Definitely not. TripleJawa keeping things close in this potentially final game. That comes in centre, but the shot is off. A sigh of relief, sorry. I was going to say a breath of fresh air. They're not outside, they're in the wasteland, so the exact opposite of fresh air. But they clear up field, and 1NE, a bit of pressure on their defence now. Will they deal with it well enough? So far, yes. Basho misses that touch. It's a loss of possession. A chance for Republic to bring it centre. Not going to be enough just yet. TripleJawa hold strong.
Oh, almost there for 1NE, and they still have the chance. Chaotic gets out of dodge, but if he'd stayed around, he may have been able to find the redirect there. JAWA starting to get into some precarious situations in the defense. And an opening here, Rapupi with some time, opts to go for the fake play, but well read by Raftoang. That's going to keep them well in this. 50 seconds to go, looking towards an overtime here.
Overtime for game 5. TripleJawa, keep on saying it, 1 game away from losing. Oh, pretty much a goal concession away now from losing this series in this game. They've got to be as careful as they can be, but they've got to do something risky. If they want to find the goal, they've got to challenge 1NE. And they're a hard team to find the mistakes from, so they've got to make the mistakes happen themselves.
Oh, into centre though, a miss for Poofy. No, that's the shot going well wide. A mistake coming out from TripleJawa that May not have been a goal, but it could have put more pressure on that net. But there we go. Raftoing out of nowhere will find an opening. And with 8 seconds left, that is clutch.
Almost no time in the clock. They narrowly avoid an OT. Unless 1NE can do something off the kickoff, the game will go to TripleJawa, and we will head to Game 6, and they will keep themselves alive.
Managing to do it. TripleJawa. Maybe they just needed a little time to warm up over the series. Got to keep it out from 1NE eSports, and they do manage to get the clear, get it down. And TripleJawa making a late series comeback.
Match point for 1NE, but TripleJawa start to bounce it back. The last chance to do so, and they've started their journey. 3-2 the series now. They'll be looking to make it even. They want a Game 7, and I wouldn't mind a Game 7. We've not had one today.
Yeah, we haven't had it. I feel like this is somewhat possible, but that was such a gridlocked game with neither team getting full control. 1NE eSports not getting too many opportunities in their own right. I mean, you can see 3 shots from both teams. I think this is probably the game with the least shots that I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's 3 shots each. That is, if you look back at the other ones where we had 18 shots for 1NE, 12 shots for 1NE, now 3 shots for 1NE. That was an incredibly low shooting game for both sides, right? That's insane, actually, now that you pointed it out.
Absolutely incredible. But, I mean, TripleJawa, that's all credit to them. They spread out, they winded up, they had people ready in passing positions. They didn't have 2 people stacked in the same area so they could get the clears, they could shut down passes and put a lot more pressure on 1NE touches. And in the end, it kind of just opened up. Fortunately for them, with 1NE opening up that net, hopefully they can start creating more goals. But we did see TripleJawa at the start of that one have that great pass play.
Yeah, TripleJawa really starting to show that they are adapting to 1NE, making the plays, getting sped up, getting faster, making the passes, and really making things a lot more difficult. Also shutting down the offense is a huge factor to why they are able to bring this series still closer. So game number 6.
They managed that. I mean, game number 6, as you said, it's going to be a decider almost.
It is the decider, and of course game number 7 is a backup plan for 1NE, but there's no chance they want to go to game number 7. I said 1NE are known for throwing. They know that they will throw in a game number 7. I'm just going to say it now. So they've got to win here.
Oh no! Poofy almost got it through. They're worried about that game number 7, as you said, and 1NE eSports still struggling to find a few of these goals here. TripleJawa will be thankful that didn't go in, though.
Certainly still a rocky start, but they do survive. But 1NE are not going to slow down on the offense. Bumps all around, but the clear away will be found in Haas. A huge one upfield to Chaotic. He brings this ball out centre. It's up to the TripleJawa midfield. Really send this back into an offensive position. A hard task to do, and Chaotic will find the opening. Big clear away for Pass, but a struggling team nonetheless. There's an opening. Oh, and Poofy makes it back.
There's a real advantage on the mental side here for TripleJawa. Even though you're in this position as 1NE eSports that you have that 1 game lead, that you are on match point, just that 1 game starts entering doubt into your mind, and you start thinking, oh no, is it happening again? Are we going to lose? Is it possible? I thought we had it in the bag. And even if it's just a small doubt there, it can really grow and grow. And if TripleJawa can get this first goal, that's going to be massive for them. But they've left the net open, and Rapupi will find a freebie.
The net wide open. It's a simple mistake to make, but an incredibly costly one. Went for the corner boost. Bissio nowhere near making it back. 1-0 for 1NE, and we talked about the pressure which is going to be on them right now, but I would say that other than being maybe 0-1 down in the series, being at match point yourself is probably the most pressure you can have, because you are expecting to win, and every game you lose is going to get an even bigger sting as you fear that you're going to throw away the victory.
Big clear down, but JAWA have only passed that through to Rapupi, and Poofy connecting quite well here for 1NE eSports. And a chance here as Chaotic's going to hit the corner and follow it up. Hits the backboard, opening now for Rapupi, a miss. Can Poofy fish it off? No. Neither one from 1NE eSports able to get that goal. They're desperately searching again for this semi-finals, and a second goal is going to be huge for them.
Off the backboard, Poofy tries to bring it centre, bouncing all around. Ezio can't make it in time. Raph missing out in the ball, off to the backboard and centre. They need this save, but he will not find it. Poofy slots it into the back of the net, and about half the game left to go. 1NE have cemented themselves in a comfortable lead.
And TripleJawa making a few mistakes too, misreading the corner. But 1NE looking so much like that game earlier, the 7-1, where they're getting it into TripleJawa's corner, into their defense, and forcing them to feel uncomfortable there, feeling nervous. That's really opening up the net here for 1NE. You're
What?
kidding.
That is a huge miss. That is a costly miss as well, as TripleJawa are right back in this game. Raph, it doesn't matter what you've done, that should have been saved by anyone on 1NE, but TripleJawa, they have been gifted a chance.
Rapoopy. Mate. Oh no, he's missed that one, and that also threw Poofy off afterwards. You can't really throw too much blame on a teammate trusting that to be touched away. So TripleJawa now have the opportunity in this game from what felt like a 1NE clincher. We now are back with TripleJawa looking to get that second goal and really mount some worrying mental game here in this series.
Well, the clock ticks on. 2 minutes on the clock. As Raph able to receive that ball. Be missing it right there. It's Vizio to bring it in centre. It might just slip by, but the defender, Chaotic, comes through the wind. Able to make the save. Able to keep 1NE in the leading position, but there's still plenty of time left. TripleJawa have to be careful, but they've got to make the plays happen.
Chaotic has been so stalwart for 1NE eSports. It feels like he's always the one being solid as a rock, consistent across this series so far. And that's been crucial in moments like that where it could have equalized for TripleJawa. And even now, TripleJawa will have a little chance on the ball, but struggling to get the clear out. It's just wrapped away on the other way, and it gets cleared back to the TripleJawa.
Oh no!
Another massive miss. I have not seen players this nervous in, well, since the last LAN.
Has just too slow on the approach, pushed it a little bit too far, caught out in TripleJawa's chances. Go for very possible to really terrified now, where they have to get lucky with maybe a mistake from 1NE, but they're not going to get it. Instead, put me up the crossbar, will just slam that ball in, and I feel like it's all over now for TripleJawa.
Oh, for sure, and especially after the previous miss. That's going to be riling in their heads too. They know that they messed up, but 1NE eSports, it didn't matter that they made that mistake earlier because, well, they're in a 4-1 position, 1 minute remaining, and they may even look to extend this. This is how you play such a close position, and they've done it. 5-1, GG, 1NE eSports, so good.
What a confusing season. We had a 7-1 earlier on, we're at 5-1 with a minute left. We had an overtime earlier, a really close game, some wins for TripleJawa. This season has been all over the place, but 1NE are going to win it. And they are going to be moving on to the semi-finals, which will be taking place tomorrow. They are an exciting team to keep an eye on. I would recommend watching that. I'd recommend watching all the series tomorrow, but keep an eye on 1NE because they are on the up and up again.
Yeah, it's that inconsistency we've been talking about. The Gex has been really talking about. That is going to get better and better. Even just event to event, not even split to split. There should be a huge amount of improvement in terms of consistency. Because TripleJawa, they've had their rough moments and good moments, and the same can be said for 1NE, despite the fact that they've had some really, really strong games. The close games have included some big mistakes from them too, but they won't matter. They'll get to forget those and look towards the semi-finals tomorrow. And it's great redemption as well from them for day one.
Great redemption, but I think there's going to be a bit of maybe dismay in the camp still for 1NE, as they do know who they'll probably have to face. We're going to be seeing them in the next round as well. It's likely to be Alka, it could be Asia Manji, we never know how the season is going to go, but a terrifying opponent nonetheless.
You know what, as well? We've seen the best of 1NE when they've been 2 goals up or 3 goals up. And then all of a sudden you see them scoring so many goals because that's where the passes come out. That's where the awesome plays come out. And you can see how good they are when they're confident. Let's see if they're able to do that. They head through to the semi-finals. 1NE joining an illustrious group, and only one more team will be able to join them.
3 teams that lie in the semi-finals. Only one team can join them. Things are ramping up in the APAC South Regional number 1. And 1NE, a new team on the block in the semi-final stage. Who will be next to join them? We have Asia Manji, we have Alka. They'll be up next. Let's have a quick look at the scoreboard to see how many the players. It's 2s across the board, but yummy. That next series is going to be an exciting one just to see Alka play.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. I mean, Alka, top team in the region right now. A team that is contending above 1NE eSports, even when 1NE are at their best. And as you can see in this series, every single game pretty much had more shots from 1NE eSports